I had to kind of really concentrate to stay on what I was talking about with him, because he does not stay on anything. He just goes from one thing to another, and never really makes a point about anything. Try to make it look like Donald Trump supported black colleges. Donald Trump ain't got nothing about no black colleges. Less money went to black colleges under him than it ever was under those, even the Bush administration and Obama administration and all of them. Donald Trump didn't think about black people. There's my African American over there. His African American. Boy, this is really something. You know what he reminded me of? He reminded me of what that boy named the little brother that said Donald Trump is a father figure to him. Huh? Kanye West. Yeah. Really, man. It's a black man talking about a white man is a father figure for him. Really. Okay. But, you notice when I told him, you come in and tell a lie on Joe Biden, I'm going to cast you into hell. Huh? See, I didn't lie on Donald Trump. I told the truth on him. Show me anything I done said about anybody that was a lie. Never think that I don't know what I'm saying. You see, I support President Biden because President Biden cares about the whole country, including the people who supported Donald Trump. Do you understand? Because he knows that is his job. When he took on the mantle of President of the United States, he didn't take on the mantle of President of the blue states. The whole United States. And he's conducted himself as that. When he did that infrastructure bill, the Republican states and governors got just as much support as Democrats did. Do you understand? That's what a president of the United States is supposed to do. And I'm not going to have you coming in here spreading lies about him either. If you do that, you do so at your own risk. You notice when I warned him, he didn't go there, did he? Oh, okay. So he ain't that crazy. There's a whole lot of them thought I didn't have that kind of authority. What you going to do when Allah give me the authority to just say die and that be the end of you? What you think the messenger meant when he said any nation would be a fool to go to war against the Muslim because they have the champion of war on their side? I'm the champion of war. They gave you a little hint of it in Doom. Says that his word was sufficient. Huh? You already got the power to cast into hell. So, and I use it sparingly. So, but I'll get a brother this. He didn't go overboard. he just bigoted. You can't, no matter, he had his mind made up before he came in here. He thought he was going to come in here and snow me. And he found out that don't work. Not on me. You might do that with other people. You can't snow me. Your mind ain't deep enough to snow me. Anyway, let's get back to this.
This is why they both are going to clash with each other. They're moving towards each other closer and closer every hour. This teaching must come to you to save you from their doom. In the very beginning, there was no doom written for the black man, unless that black man willfully and knowingly would follow the white man to his doom. The doom of the white man was written in the day that he was made. There was never no doom written for you. The end of your world will never come to an end. We can change at times. We changes, but we never end. No end written for us. You can't find where the black man will end up one day and have no world. If he end up one day without a world, then there will be nothing. It will be the same as it was in the first life that was created in darkness for itself. There's no God nowhere to take hold to the black man. Wisdom and outstrip him of his own wisdom. Once upon a time, a black man tried to destroy the black man.
You notice, before I came, how many people had picked up the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran and thought that they had the ability to explain them. Huh? Well, you just heard him why they couldn't do it. Said, ain't nobody, no man able to take hold of the black man's wisdom and outstrip him of his own wisdom. Huh? No, you can't get out in front of me and talk about you understood the book before I taught it to you. No, you didn't. I'm the teacher of the book. Well, that's a bold statement, ain't it? It borderlines on arrogance, doesn't it? But only if it's not true. You cannot confuse facts and the presenter of facts with arrogance. Don't confuse boldness with arrogance. Do you understand? Don't you put, sometimes when you write a letter, especially if you typing it, don't you make some letters in it out of bold print? You want them to jump out at the people, huh? Is that arrogance? Or it shows the importance of what is written there? Okay. How many of y'all that's listening to me think I'm arrogant? You see how long I took up argument with that brother to show you that that brother didn't have nothing? He thought just because we kept going back and forth that he was arguing with me. He didn't have no argument. He just ran away from one fact and ran to something else until the fact, and then he ran to something else. He wasn't arguing with me. He didn't have no facts. To show you that it is, to follow a man like Donald Trump, if you're not careful, you lose your humanity. You notice even when he acknowledged that Donald Trump was responsible for them millions of people dying, that ain't changed him, but he likes his policies. Did you hear that? Man, I could give less than a damn about your policies when you are murdering and are the cause of millions of people dying. You ain't never got no business back in that office. Do you understand?
But he failed. He couldn't destroy himself because he was the creator itself. There's no God nowhere to take hold to the black man. Wisdom and outstrip him of his own wisdom. Once upon a time, a black man tried itself. There's no.
It's very important that you understand that what the messenger was saying there is in the book of Revelation. What did Paul say about, and now we speak the wisdom of God, what? In a mystery. And if it's in a mystery, then the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran are the mystery book. Huh? No man, nowhere, is able to take hold of the black man, his wisdom, and outstrip him of his own wisdom. Huh? Outstrip means to outrun him with it, outmaneuver him with it. Do you understand? Look what the 5th chapter of Revelation says. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a mystery book. Huh? That's the Bible. And the Holy Quran. A book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. It was sealed up. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof and outstrip the author of it?" Huh? Says, and no man in heaven, no prophet, nor in the earth, no scholar or scientist, neither under the earth, no man that had lived and died was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And what did the messenger say? He just said that, didn't he?
God nowhere to take hold to the black man. Wisdom and outstrip him of his own wisdom. Once upon a time, a black man tried to destroy the black man. Go Allah taught me. But he failed. He couldn't destroy himself because he...
You remember I told you I stepped off the curb in front of a Mack truck? And I knew that truck was supposed to hit me. But it just stopped. As he said, once upon a time long ago, a black man tried to do that, tried to destroy himself, but he couldn't do it. Because he was the creator. Do you understand? What? Do you know of any creature that's successful at destroying his own creator? That ain't finna happen, bro. Huh? All creatures bow to the creator. Look how I'm making all of y'all bow to me. All over the earth. All you can do is sit there, you be mad, but you ain't got no argument that you can present to show me that I'm not what I claim to be. Even the young man that was in here a little while ago, I tested him. And he kept his composure and he kept his respect. Do you understand? Because, I ain't the one you want to pull that on. You see? So, I don't just, I don't mind a little fencing match, but when it get to the point where it starts getting redundant, and I see that it's not doing any good, ain't no sense in me keep on doing that. I don't want to. I remember I was talking with my mother. I used to fence with her, and my niece, my little 3-year-old niece, came to me and got nerve enough to whisper. She said, "What you tried to do? Get her in trouble?" And I knew it was Allah talking to me through her, through that little 3-year-old. And so I stopped. You know, you get yourself in trouble rejecting me. Woe on that day to who? The rejectors. Allah ordered you to submit. Like that old crazy white boy come in here last night, the one that I threw in hell, that left that crazy, you told me it was a recording. How do you be knowing these things, brother?
I could tell at first when you were trying to cut in, normally if you did hear you trying to say something, their volume would go up because they'd be trying to overtalk you. That was the first hint. And then right after that, when you tried, he replayed it again, and it was the exact same tone, exact same words.
You see what I mean about ain't no dummies following me? You know, I mean, it's just a wonderful thing to know I'm surrounded by intelligent young men and women. You know, young brothers and sisters that I can depend on to keep me posted as to, hey, that's so-and-so, that's this, and that's that. Because, you know, y'all know more about this internet than I ever dreamed of knowing. How in the world I'm going to know more about it than you, and you own it more than me? So that I got sense enough to stay in my lane, man. So all praises due to Allah. Thank you, brother.
Free. So he left some of us back here at home. And outstripped him of his own wisdom. Once upon a time, a black man tried to destroy the black man. So Allah taught me. But he failed. He couldn't destroy himself because he was the creator. So he left some of us back here at home. That was a long, long time ago. So God taught me. It was in the making of the moon. His effort to destroy the black man caused a new world of thought to come in. He split this one in two, taking another part of it, put it out before our eyes to serve as signs.
If you turn to chapter 54 of the Holy Quran, it verifies what the messenger just said. That the moon was ripped away. He split this one in two and ripped that part away, and it's out there serving as a sign. Remember, it said every time I see that bow, it would remind me, and I won't hurt the earth anymore for what man have done. Huh? Let's see here. Let's go to Genesis here. Let's see. This is it's the story of Noah. It says, Just a moment. I'm speed reading here. And I'm trying to find where it talks about the bow. Just a minute. Just give me a minute. I want to read it to you. There's guess I'll have to check my scripture here. I always try to show you these things so that Genesis, the 9th chapter. They went through it and changed it, but it's still enough of it there so that you will know that it served as a sign. The crescent is the bow that the Lord was talking about. We're talking about no rainbow. It was raining on the earth a long time before, and the rainbows was seen before that. Do you understand? But once that crescent was out there, that bow, it says, this is the 9th chapter and the 13th verse, the 12th verse. Matter of fact, the 11th verse. And I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, this is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the sky, and it, not in the cloud, in the sky, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. What is that? Between me and who? And the earth. And it shall come to pass when I bring a crescent over the earth, that the bow shall be seen, and I will remember my covenant which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the sky, not in the clouds, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God, the grantor of dominion, and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah, that, then it starts talking about that. But now you see why so many of the black nations have crescents in their flag. Do you understand? For there was a time when the moon wasn't out there. It was under our feet. And it was torn away, as the 54th chapter of the Holy Quran says, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. The hour drew nigh, and the moon was rent asunder. Rent means torn And as it says, and if they see a sign, they turn away and say, strong enchantment. And so that is, they don't believe. They just, it's been trillions of years since that happened. And so it has become what is not even old wives' tales no more. It's just what they hear it and they say, oh man, I don't believe that stuff. Do you understand? Yeah. But it sure happened. So all praise is due to Allah. So the messenger talked about how the moon got out there. And then the Holy Quran is right there. And in the Holy Bible.
The black man caused a new world of thought to come in. He split this one in two, taking another part of it, put it out before our eyes to serve as signs. For this part, he wanted to destroy us, but he couldn't. He wanted his teachings to go, like the one that went into Africa, and we came from him.
Did you hear that? The one that went into Africa was our forefather, Mr. Shabazz. And that was 50,000 years ago. He said he could make a people that would be so strong that nothing could defeat them. And he said, that they would bring an end to the ruling of 12. And the 12, they didn't like to hear that. The other 11 of them, they said, well, you can go and make your man, but we ain't going to help you. Don't make him here. So listen to how the messenger explains it.
That went into Africa, and we came from him. 50,000 years ago, God taught me, a black man disagreed with the 11 scientists. And therefore, the 11 stuck together and let him go and prove his new God wisdom somewhere else. So it was Africa he went to.
Now remember, the messenger already told you that God is man. So when he said a new God wisdom, he said a new man wisdom. Do you understand? And from twain, making one new man, and so making peace. Do you understand? The work of righteousness shall be peace. Well, who's going to bring it? That one new man. That's me. And so, but listen. Now watch what he told them. That this man gonna bring an end to them, but that's what they didn't like. Nobody in power wants to give up their power.
Stuck together and let him go and prove his new God wisdom somewhere else. So it was Africa he went to prove it, in the jungles of Africa. He said he could make a people like himself and would bring them to an altar, because they would be strong, powerful. Nothing could defeat them. So the 11 said, go and make your man, but don't make him here. So he went into the jungles of Africa. 50,000 years. So God taught me, and he showed me the signs that I could recognize today. He pointed out to me one night 2 little stars in the southeastern skies, a blue one and a red one. He said, it's been 50,000 years since we have seen these 2 stars. He said, and when they go way out of the skies from our sight this time, it'll be 50,000 years before they reappear. Every time they reappear, there will be a universal change. The white man recognized these things. They're scholars and scientists. But they don't dare talk to you on nothing of the kind. See, here, showing an blue star beside a red star.
Just a moment. I got to let him finish that.
That means removal of a world that don't correspond.
You notice, even with his police, they have red lights and blue lights on their cars. And that's just to remind themselves of what was to happen at the end of their world. You notice when he put them lights on you, you had to pull over. Do you understand? And now they see that red star and blue star out there. They know they got to pull over. Do you understand? If he say that that's not so, let him come in here and argue with me and see how far he can get.
The original world. You say, well, how many more times? This is the end here.
Now listen to this part real carefully, because he about to tell you something about me.
The wisdom that this one brought is to bring an end to these signs working forth to show something to come after. This man's wisdom. There is no wisdom to come after this that will be able to erase this wisdom, because this wisdom is brought to you from the root of wisdom, from the originator of the universe. So notice, excuse me, brother, I'll be right with you. You notice that the whole universe is egg-shaped. The planets in the universe is also egg-shaped. They're not a perfect round sphere. Well, then this is losing a little weight for some wise man. That I'm not able to perfect, then someone must perfect that thing.
Which of you can claim that you have a teaching or a doctrine that, if followed, will perfect the mind of human beings? I'm the only one who can make that claim. The human mind is out of balance, egg-shaped. Huh? Look how long you've been trying to perfect the character of human beings. You even take psychology courses trying to find a way to balance the id, or the ego, with the intellect. Huh? And you ain't did it yet. Matter of fact, instead of getting better, you keep getting worse and worse and worse. Evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse. Huh? People, what is a seducer? Somebody who makes offers that sound too good to be true. And when you go to questioning how this going to happen, they don't have no way to make it happen. And you got people giving advice on how to raise children that ain't got no children. Huh? You know, you don't want to whip your child because that's teaching them to solve problems with violence. Ain't that something? That's what they've been telling people. And the jails is full of people that follow their advice. Huh? So, but Almighty Allah, He told me, He said, withhold not correction from the child. If thou beatest him with the rod, he ain't going to die. He shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell. What is hell? Misunderstanding. Because whenever your child can get away with disobeying you, and no punishment happens, then the child gets the understanding that it does not have to obey anyone. And that's hell. Because when you get out there on the street, you remember that woman, that Hannah, what was her name? I'll tell you in a minute. She just got life in prison. Hannah Payne. The 911 officer told her, don't follow the man. Huh? Go back to the accident scene. But she ignored the 911 operator and kept following the man until she caught up to him, cut him off, and then shot him. Huh? What if she had been used to obeying people who have authority? She would have turned around and recognized the authority of the police operator and went back to the scene. Huh? You got his tag number. You could have you got behind him long enough to get his tag number. Then just go back and report his tag number. Huh? But no, she got a pistol. She had a pistol with her. Told him to get the F out the car. Huh? Yeah. So the first step to a decent, respectful society is a decent, respectful, individual home where the parents have the children in subjection with all gravity. Do you understand? When daddy speaking, everybody's got their mouth shut and listening. Do you understand? If daddy say jump, they say how high. I didn't hear you. That's the way it was when I was growing up. When daddy came home, foolishness stopped. you understand? They say, here come daddy. we straightened up, man. And consequently, I respected all grown people. You meet any of the adults that knew me when I was a little boy, they'll tell you that Marvin was very respectful. Yes, I was. Because if I wasn't, they'd have told my daddy. Do you understand? It wasn't that I chose to be. I had no choice. I was scared not to be. It's just like when Master Farad Muhammad was teaching the messenger, and the police came to arrest him. after he arrested Master Farad Muhammad, the messenger, he called the messenger to him and said, see, you see how I'm doing? And he submitted to the officers and whatnot. And the messenger said that's what he instructed him to do. You don't be out here trying to fight these people and they have the rulership. So submit to their officers and don't be set yourself up as like Dirty Harry. Remember Dirty Harry? He said, go ahead and make my day, punk. You remember that? I mean, if you're stupid enough to do something to justify him shooting you, well, whose fault is that? No. So, and that's what the messenger taught us. When the police used to stop us, we'd be out selling Muhammad's peace. He'd stop us. They'd pull us over there. Hey, come here. And we'd go over there. Say, let me see your ID. Yes, sir, officer. May I reach and get it? And he said, yeah. And you give me your ID and go on. And if you didn't have no warrants or nothing, they sent you on your way. They made a note of who you are and whatnot. They knew who you were. And that was that. But you don't ask, what you stopping me for? What you need to see my ID for? Look, man, you need to quit tripping. You don't forgot whose country this is, I think. But he gonna show you whose country it is if you keep on clowning. So, if it was your country, would you tolerate people out there disrespecting your peace officers? No, you wouldn't. So, don't start nothing, and what? And it won't be nothing. So, how in the world are they going to find out what you're really about if they don't check you? So, anyway, let's go back to the messenger.
This is the way we look at wisdom. When scholars are arguing with each other, they take one word most times. They don't take a whole book. One word is sufficient for them to argue on. If that is not perfect.
You notice when I showed that young man some facts, he called facts my opinion. you remember that? And so what do you do with somebody who thinks that a fact is an opinion? You don't. You cut that short. You cut that kind of conversation short, because when a man rejects facts and thinks that facts is yours and facts is his, and that facts don't belong to nobody. Facts are independent of you and me. You see? When it was a fact that Donald Trump went through the court system, went through the process of appealing the election, and he lost in 60 courts. Okay, what is the lawful thing to do? Is to call your opponent and concede. Huh? And have what the Constitution demands, a peaceful transfer of power. Do you understand? But he didn't go along with that. He violated his oath of office and gave aid, and not only did he encourage an insurrection, he actually got into an argument with his Secret Service people to try to make them take him down there. Huh? Yeah. Because I told you what his plan was for that. If they had snipers there, snipers are not set in place to just shoot anybody. Snipers are put in place for specific targets. Do you understand? And he had already told you that the snipers, that the people with weapons wasn't there to hurt him. Well, who did they have the weapons there to hurt? If the Secret Service had taken him down there, them 2 or 3 agents would be dead now. And Donald Trump would still be president because he would have declared martial law. And then they would have been arresting Antifa, people that he claimed was Antifa. And even the snipers probably would be dead too. Because you can't take a chance on having them stick around, lest somebody get it out of them, but that they wasn't trying to kill the president. They was a part of that conspiracy. Do you understand? But they so dumb, they didn't realize that they was going to be killed too. Do you understand? And then they would have been branded as members of Antifa. And that would have, you want to make an omelet? What? You got to break a few eggs, huh? Yeah, well, you know, what's the first rule in dealing with the devil? How in the world you trust the devil? You trust a man who you done seen lie to other people, but you think he telling you the truth. Yeah, okay, right. He gonna be truthful with you though. Yeah, what is it, huh?
Yes, sir. Tony, a.k.a. T-Boss, says, I love you, son of man. The only thing I question is your position on the jab, the vaccine.
Well, you shouldn't question my position on that either, brother. Let me tell you something. When I was in elementary school, my parents, I used to bring notes home, a consent slip. When polio was afflicting a lot of children, a lot of people in the U.S., and they got a vaccine for it. And in order to give it to you, they had to get your parents' consent. See, that has always been the case. They never forced nobody to take a vaccine. But I had to take that slip home, and my mother and them filled it out and signed consent. And so I got a polio shot. And then eventually they had a what they called the Salk vaccine. It came on a sugar cube. And you just sucked the sugar, and it had that pinkish look to it, I think. And you took it that way. And I'm still here. And I never heard of anyone really being harmed by that vaccine. And then I went into the Marine Corps, and they gave us all kind of shots. And it seemed to me that it would be counterproductive to kill the people who's in your military. Do you understand? And so all of them shots that I took in the Marine Corps, I can't even count them. It was so many. Because we'd be walking through a line and they just steady be using that little gun shooting you. And so I've taken vaccines all of my life. I mean, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us this. See, Farrakhan them ain't telling y'all everything that the messenger told you. Let me let you hear something here. Because people been lying to you, man. You better you better listen to me. Let's see. I think I want to go with the other one. Let's see. Just give me a minute here.
Muhammad, he will be told to break ground on the neck. Yes, sir. We want to thank the Chicago white people for making it possible for us to obtain the country club, for making it possible for us to get in such position where we can prove ourselves worthy of that position. Yes, sir. We thank them. They have did us a great favor. Yes, sir. I don't think that we have nothing to do but to honor and thank them for putting us in such position. Yes, sir. This is their house. And we're here teaching the truth. Yes, sir. They're not objecting to you teaching the truth. As we have white Muslims in America. And lots of them. We have them all over the world. Yes, sir. And they recognize and respect you. That's right. Go ahead, dear. You must recognize and respect them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, teach them.
So while you sitting up thinking that you can judge all white people by what happened at Tuskegee. Tuskegee wasn't the CDC. The CDC has a history of saving lives, not taking lives. And so, as the messenger said, there are white Muslims in America, and lots of them. Just like I look at Dr. Fauci, poor Dr. Fauci, all these years that he had served and was working with other scientists to keep the American people and people all around the world safe from pandemics. Some of the pandemics never even got started because the CDC was, the scientists was taking care of their business. Look at Ebola. You could thank the CDC that virus didn't start running rampant in the United States. But if you listen to all of these people that are not physicians, see, I didn't take, as you call it, the jab just on no humbug or on no whim. I'm not, I have never, I wouldn't have even known. Do you realize that we would have been dying and wouldn't even been knowing what was killing us if it had not been for the scientific community? we wouldn't have even known what was killing us. So if they wanted us to die, all they had to do was do nothing and keep their research and keep their mouths shut. But instead they sounded the alarm. And they showed us the thing that was killing us and how it was being done. And then nurses and doctors were putting their life in jeopardy to take care of people who had the virus. And the doctors and nurses had a lack of what they call a PPE, personal protective equipment, had to keep reusing masks that they had. But they still put their lives in jeopardy to try to save lives. You didn't seem to have a problem when they was willing to put their life on the line for your loved ones and for you. And then when these same community, the healthcare providers, came up with a means to fight the virus, thinking that everybody would be happy, they were the first ones that took the jab. Then here you come, talking about you ain't gonna take it. I talked to one of our loved ones before she died. Now, I'm the Son of Man, but I ain't no magician, and I'm not a physician. And when all I could do is listen to her